So it's about 5 degrees with the wind chill right now. And in order to keep my cameras going and good, I have a couple hand warmers in my pocket of my backpack where my batteries are at. So I'm just cycling warm batteries, trying to keep them okay. It wouldn't be terrible, but we have like 16, 20 mile an hour winds. That's what's killing us right now. We just had one shot go off. I texted the two guys that I'm with to see which one it was, because one of them's meat hunting. Brown is down for him. But my father-in-law is only going for a big buck. So I want to know. Here we go. Father-in-law said 50 yards broadside, but he thinks he missed. That's crazy. Alright guys, it is 9:30 in the morning. The wind chill is still 0. It's 20 degrees with 20 mile an hour winds. I've bundled up the best I can. I put toe warmers in my boots, but my toes are just numb, they're burning. I'm gonna try to get down, walk around a little bit, see if I can warm my feet up, maybe sit on top of one of these ridges over here, just sit on the ground for a minute if I can get warm enough. But this is crazy. It's cold. Cold. That wind is not letting up either. The trees are all shaking. The tree I'm in shaking, bending over. And it's just cutting right through me. So we're gonna get down. I'll switch over to the GoPro. Probably just do the head mount. See if we can't sneak up on a ridge. Sneak up on a ridge and try and find this one.
For the rest of the morning, I made my way up on top of that ridge that overlooked the property we were allowed to hunt. I identified some key terrain features and some thick bedding opportunities. At this point, it was way too cold to stay outside, so I moseyed my way back to camp, waited for the other guys to trickle in, and we got some lunch to warm ourselves up. We sat down and figured out a plan for the evening hunt.
Alright. We are back out here. It's about 3 in the afternoon. Still freezing. I think the high today was 26. The wind died down, so that helps a lot. The woods are very, very quiet. So we're gonna hang out until dark and see what happens. Hopefully something comes in.
And just before dark, my father-in-law had 2 does come in. They kind of just moseyed on down by him, said that there's another deer up on top of the ridge that they kept looking back at. So I'm not sure if it was a buck, maybe just a more mature doe, but they made their way about 10 yards away before they decided to take their party elsewhere. Me, on the other hand, waiting till dark is exactly what I did. I sat here, stood there, turned around, tried to stay warm, put my back to the wind till my butt got cold, turned around, put my face to the wind till my mustache froze, and just waited for it to get too dark to shoot. Once we did, wrapped everything up, we headed back to camp. The next morning made it a little difficult to wake up, considering we were back into single digits and nobody wanted to just go stand there and freeze. So we had a little bit of a delayed start, but as the woods woke up in the morning, got all excited, eager and hopeful to put the smack down on something.
Well, this is morning number 2. We got a little bit of a late start this morning. My father-in-law up the hill said he saw a monster bug. It was just too far into some thick stuff. Couldn't get a shot, so I'm really hoping he might come circle down and around to the feeder that's about 150 yards to my right. Hopefully I can catch him on the way there. We got about 500 squirrels out here. It's really irritating because everything sounds like a deer. Can't tell the difference. I feel like at this point I could have one walk up 10 feet from me and I wouldn't even know. I would just think it's squirrels. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled.
So at this point, I am hearing something off to my left, but I can't see anything. I'm looking, and nothing. So I go back to talking to the camera.
We do actually have some sun coming up today. So hopefully that warms up this valley here pretty soon. It was 14 degrees when we came out this morning. Tired of freezing my butt off. Toes are cold. I want to shoot a deer already.
It wasn't much longer later, I saw some movement out of the corner of my eye. When I spun around, I saw a nice rack walking through the woods. So I grabbed the camera, tried to throw it on the deer as fast as possible. And I want to apologize, I did not get the kill shot on cam. This guy did not stop walking. He was just on a mission. And if he would have taken about 3 more steps, he would have disappeared into a valley and I would have never seen him again. So I threw the camera on him the best I could, switched my gun over to the other side of the stand and got pulled up on him, and I didn't have time to reset the camera before I shot.
Freaking dropped him, smoked him. Oh boy. Oh, he's getting back up. There he goes. Oh, that happened so quick. Oh man, that happened so quick. He popped out of nowhere. Oh, he popped out of nowhere. Oh man. .350 put him down again, boys. He came out of nowhere. Oh man. I gotta keep my eye out. He popped up right there. I've been hearing squirrels all morning. I couldn't tell what was a squirrel, what was a deer. Nothing. He went down right over there. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, everybody. Crazy events happening right now. I shot. I was gonna let him go, let him expire. I could hear him shuffling around, freaking out. Well, here he was stuck underneath a down log. He was stuck underneath a down log. I shot him. He dropped straight down, tumbled down the hill, and ended up underneath of a fallen tree. And I didn't want him sitting there flailing and busting a tine off. So I hopped down real quick, peeked up over the hill, and put another one in him, let him die. That was about a half hour ago. My father-in-law up the hill, he just shot too. So I'm hoping that's a good sign that he got one. I only heard one shot. So that'd be awesome if he just got one too, and we double up on bucks this morning. So, but yeah, so awesome morning. It's Friday morning, and man, I was starting to get a little unmotivated, I should say. It was cold yesterday, cold, windy, in the teens, in the single digits with the wind chill, and man, we stuck it out. We came back out this morning, and I'm glad we did because it paid off big time. All right, so he just texted me that he shot him. He didn't drop right away, but he said it was a good hit and he's hurt bad. So he said he ran towards me. Told him I'd keep an eye out for him. I'll probably sit here for another 10-15 minutes, just see what happens. But yeah, so we just doubled up on bucks this morning, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. He's probably only 400 yards from me right now, but he's on top of another ridge top. I'm down here in the belly of where 3 spurs come in to connect, and there's a creek that runs through. So he's about 400 yards that way up on top of the other ridge. So, oh man, what a morning. Now the fun part of pack out begins. This is a kill shot hunting gear camera arm. Just straps to the tree like that. It goes around, and then your camera just locks in place with a little square mount there. It's a very good beginner camera arm. So it's not perfect, but it's good enough. That's what matters. All right, I got about a 30-pound pack just because I got my winter jacket, extra clothes, socks, water, snacks, all kinds of extra stuff just because it's been in the teens and windy and freezing. So this is my pack. I gotta throw this on, climb on down. So yeah, he was standing right there. Oh, there's my bullet hole too. Look at that. So there's some blood right there, and he tumbled down. Some blood against that log down there. And that's where he crashed. Let's see if I can zoom in. There he is. There's some blood up against that log. But yeah, this is one spot where he fell. So he must have been standing right around here. There's where my bullet hit. Right there. The 350 Legend. Tree stands all the way over there. 80-yard shot. So, considering he came down this trail, he had to have been standing about right here when I shot him. I punched it right through these branches. I don't see any hair or blood though at the point of impact, but he went down anyway, so it don't matter. Because I think this is him collapsing right here. Oh, here's some hair right here. There's some hair, some frozen blood from a shot. Came down, tumbled here. You can see some blood. It's already froze up. Some white hair from him falling too. I lost sight of him, but you can see this is where he came in. And then he ended up falling right in here. And this is where he was flailing around. I didn't want him to bust a tine or anything. Nice buck. He still has some. Oh, he was fighting too. He's all scarred up. That'd be a cool mount, man. That'd be a really cool mount. Nice big boy. Holy crap. Here she is. Oh yeah, definitely dirty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that's gonna count as a sticker. I'm gonna say it does. An 8-pointer with a kicker, a little sticker. Nice buck though. Very nice buck. Man, what an unbelievable morning. Awesome deer, awesome trip. It's about a 4-hour drive from home, so it's well worth it. Now I get to strap this to the roof of my car and drive home. All right. I've got them all gutted out for the most part. But I have wanted to try this butt out thing just to see if it works and how well. So I think you gotta put it all the way in and twist it, maybe. And then, yeah, just yank it on out like that. Dang, that actually doesn't make it too bad. You just gotta cut it off once you're done, I guess. And then clean your knife and stuff off. But yeah, not bad. That was a lot easier than I thought, honestly. I thought it was gonna be a whole process. Not bad. Now I don't have to pull it out the other way once I hang it. And I don't have to cut the pelvis open either. So that's a win in my book. I don't know how much I paid for this. I think it was like $5. That's worth every penny, I'd say. There's a drag that I made when I had a bunch of 550 cord and we were bored overseas. So I made this little loop and then just to double up, put it on the front legs or the antlers, as you'll see here in a second. Just double that over. So we'll start with one. Come over, come around. We'll go up here. I don't want to mess any of that texture up for my skull mount that I'll do, which will probably be another video I do for you guys. Double it over. Weave it. Oh, look at that tine. It's too tall. And tighten her up right there. Now. There we go.
So about the time I started to drag this guy out, my father-in-law Todd found his deer, saw it was expired, let it set, and started to field dress it. It reminded me that Uncle Keith had this four-wheeler in the trailer. So we all met back at camp, grabbed the four-wheeler, and headed out to grab our deer. And this is what Todd's looks like. So congrats, Todd, on a nice 8-point. first one up front.
Yeah.
Grab the front leg if you want to grab the back leg. That way it's easy for all three of us. Ready? Yep. Okay, let me do something.
Would you?
Right? We got our deer loaded up on the front and back of the four-wheeler like this, and we decided it was time to get Uncle Keith his deer. So we made our way back to camp, figured out a plan, pushed him a couple deer, and he was able to get a nice little spike. So we all three got bucks that day.
Man, what an awesome trip that was. It was great to just go down south, spend some time with my father-in-law and Uncle Keith. I'm glad we all three ended up getting something, and it was just an awesome way to close out the week of gun season here in Ohio. So if you haven't seen it already, you can check out this video of Bo getting his first deer. That was on the opening morning of gun season. Thank you guys for checking out the channel and tuning into the video. We'll see you soon.